Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. It is mail call time all the way from Canada. See Canada Post from FocusWorks. And when you hear FocusWorks nowadays, you guys already know. So, just for good measure, I have taken out this guy. Yes, Dave of Dave's World, aka David Starshadow, sent this back all the way from the USA. When I sent it over to him for review, this is back just in the nick of time because they both arrived on the very same day, which is perfect. Before I open this package, I want to say that this is not going to be a in-depth review yet. It is going to be a first impressions video because I want to see the difference between the new FocusWorks Axis Micro versus the original LRS Axis Micro. This is the original 608 version with crappy magnetic buttons and made in stainless steel with tungsten weights. But let's see what FocusWorks has in store for us now. This is cool, look at this. There's an Axis Micro stainless steel with tungsten weights and an Axis Micro Nano stainless steel with tungsten weights. February and March of 2018. Signed. That's cool. Let's just open up the old box and you guys can see. Came with this pouch, came with a hex screwdriver so you can remove that set screw. Got a name card and the original COA that is kind of worn out right now. But you can see that it's Axis Micro. There we go, all the stuff there. You guys have seen all this before. So we got the original Axis Micro right here. Leave the COAs right here. Let's just open up this one first. Oh, that's nice. This is a bearing removal tool. Aha! Look at that. Wow, guys, goosebumps. Goosebumps. That's all there is in the box. And let's have a look at this box, which I believe should be holding the Nano. Look at how cute this thing is. It's so small. What? Guys, this is so cute. Right there. Wow, this thing is actually spinning pretty well. Whoa, this is really cool. Could I do jib jabs on this? Looks like no problem, eh? Pretty solid. Wow. Not much of the feedback right there, but this is cool. Undo the buttons. So cute though, look at that. It is so cute. It's really well made. Wow, look at the detail, everyone. So much detail for a little spinner like that. The Nano Axis Micro. Wow, it's really, really small. Let's just look at this and compare it. Look. Dude. What? Right, so this is the newer Axis Micro. I'm gonna refer to this as the FocusWorks Axis Micro. I'm gonna give it a quick rub down. And I'm going to say that I do not feel any sharpness, unlike how I felt with the original Axis Micro. And upon closer look, just based on cosmetics so far, especially around this edge right here, if we compare it, this edge to the original, you can see that the original is just sharp. There was no finishing done to that, and it resulted in this actually happening to my spinner when I opened it out of the box. All these scratches and dings. But on the new one, look at that. FocusWorks actually took the time to sand this off. I don't know if this is sanded or it's just flattened out, but this has been properly finished. Look at that, look at how even that is. All the way around. At every single edge of every arm, even on the flip side. And this effectively gets rid of all the sharpness that I felt here on this outer edge of the original. So first of all, this is already such a huge improvement over the original. Good job, you guys, good job. Oh yes, and I haven't mentioned their names. It is Jordy, and the person that actually spoke to me about it is Pluke. So Jordy and Pluke, you guys are doing some great stuff over at FocusWorks. This is awesome. Next, another issue that a lot of people face with the original is that the buttons were too difficult to get off because these are magnetic buttons, and even until now I'm having a problem removing them. So let's see if these are, yes they are, threaded and screw-on style buttons. Oh, beautiful. Proprietary made buttons. I like that. Very, very well done. This should have been done from day one. This is good. You could see that they are almost exactly alike compared to the original version. Right down to that inner machining mark right there. See, there's a little line on the second ring. And on the sides, yes, it is also same chamfered very well done. I never had a gripe with the way the buttons felt, you know, the way the buttons were made and everything. It provided great grip and everything. It's just that these were magnetic and these are now screw on, and this is great. This is really, really good. So in here, we could see that it is a hybrid ceramic bearing. It is one of those thin races, but it clearly has the ceramic bearings in there. And yes, there is a very nice engraving here, Micro 188, FocusWorks 218. And of course, we have this tool to remove the bearing retention cap. Let's do that. Oh, that's really easy. Well, I gotta say, man, the precision for this is just wonderful. So we got that, and we can pop the bearing right out just like that. It sits snugly in there. Oh, that's very, very nice. Well done, you guys. So this is FocusWorks' take on the traditional bearing retention system, where most of the time you actually have just two horizontal grooves and you have the matching tool to kind of close the cap or remove the cap. But now we have this, tightening it just like that. Oh, that was really simple. That was really simple. Now guys, I'm gonna try to remove this because I want to show you guys a comparison of the original bearing system with the new one, but I'm having some problem. Right, I had to use a pen knife to kind of slip in between just so I could lift the buttons off, and it seems that the bearing has shifted. There we go. So this is what the original Axis Micro looks like under the hood, and it is held in by a set screw. And by right, you're supposed to tighten the set screw, but this is, I guess, not as tight as I expected. It's barely even touching the bearing. You can see slightly rusted bearing right there. But you know, it's been a while. It's been a long time. Oh, it's more rust. Looks like I'm gonna have to change out the bearings then. But this is a 608 bearing, and it makes that very trademark 608 whoosh kind of sound. So this is the original old way of doing this, and since the release of cores or the R188 to 608 adapters, basically a lot of people have put cores inside instead of the 608 bearings to change up the way it's spun. But now you don't have to do that anymore because the new version by FocusWorks actually holds a 188 bearing. But on the old one, you could see that there are no markings on it, no serialization or any kind of engraving on it. But for the new one, yep, you got it, FocusWorks. So I would say really, bottom line is good job by FocusWorks. Really good job. Like, it's such an improvement over this. In terms of the finishing as well, if you look at the machining marks, these are basically the same machining marks. Right, you guys can tell it's all the same kind of angles. So there's no actual drop in the machining quality of this. Instead, it's been improved and the finishing has been done even better. Like I mentioned, the biggest gripe that I had was the fact that these were just too sharp. But the thing also is that on the edges like that, these angled edges are not sharp as well. But on the original, you could clearly feel like some parts are kind of biting into your skin. And you don't have any of that here, which is really surprising to me and very pleasantly welcome. Good job once again, Jordy. Good job once again, Pluke. And I'm gonna pop the buttons right back on and give it a proper spin. Simple as that, and here we go. Wow. Not bad actually, not bad. Very slight flutter, very slight. But it is super smooth. Just look at that reflection, guys. This is the beautiful reflections of the Axis Micro. I mean, I fell in love with this back then. And the reason why I bought the original Axis Micro in the first place, you guys already know, is because of Fabian's review. But after receiving it and after dealing with all the sharpness and all that, I was really disappointed for that kind of price that I paid. And then I just didn't bother about it. I sent it over to Dave for review. And then since then, quite a lot of drama happened between the two idiots over at Last Room Standing, which is really unfortunate. And then Jordy stepped in and stepped up and said he's gonna take it over, and I gotta tell you, he really did a good job. This is not easy to do. I know this is not easy to do. And yes, he got rid of the set screw issue. All of us know set screws can be quite iffy. Some people have found wonderful success by using a set screw method. Some people just love it, others just hate it. For me, I find it okay. If I really don't like it, I'll just Loctite the bearing in. But I guess, you know, to each his own. But at the end of the day, I guess there was more negative feedback about having set screws in spinners versus having the new retention systems, whether or not it's press fit or whether or not it's a bearing retention system. And so basically Jordy at FocusWorks did that to the Axis Micro and brought it to the next level. There we go, that's the beautiful reflections. Look at that. The beautiful reflections made by the Axis Micro. And right now, this thing is very much more enjoyable than this. How much more? I can't say right now because this is the first impressions, you know. I don't want to be like, oh, because Jordy took over this is now a great spinner, it's a grail again. I don't want to say that. I've got to be fair because I've had my reasons for having this in a negative light, and that's really because of the machining and the sharpness and everything that I was feeling. Whether it was worth the money or not at the point of time, I would say no. No, at that point of time, no. But this, I gotta tell you guys, first of all, these were sent over to me. So no, I did not pay for them. I gotta say a huge thank you once again to Jordy and to Pluke for hooking me up. And the only fair thing that I could do is just put these guys on my EDC. Yes, even this guy on my EDC for at least a week. And we'll throw this out the way and we will just talk about this and this as spinners completely on their own without any more comparison to the original Axis Micro, because this is the impressions video that I wanted to do to share with you guys and see if the impressions of the new one are better than the impressions I got from the original one. And I'm gonna say yes, it is a huge improvement over the old one. So right now this is gonna go out the way and in with the new. Good job to Jordy at FocusWorks. This is great. So guys, as usual, stay tuned for the next part. It'll be coming up in about a week or so. Just give me a little while. I really want to spend some quality time with these guys, and then I want to formulate my thoughts, get the video recorded and then edited and then put it up online. Just know that the first impressions are pretty darn good. Thank you so much for sharing in the slice of my life, everyone. As always, links in the video description down below. Once again, another shout out to FocusWorks. I know I've shouted them out a lot of times, but I don't think it's enough. I really think that they deserve a lot more because there were a lot of upset customers when it was still in the hands of LRS. And then Jordy stepped in and fulfilled all those backlog orders. And I gotta say, man, it's not easy for someone to just step up and do that. So really, kudos to you, Jordy. Good job. But the review and the impressions have nothing to do with what you've done. I'm just talking about really just the spinner, the end result on its own by itself. So I'll catch y'all in the next part, everyone. Until then, Gaga Boost!